This is my Vaša ekscelencijo, gospodine gradonačelniče, dobrodošli u Leskovac, dobrodošli u naš muzej. Znači, ovo je vaša prva posjeta i Leskovcu i muzeju, tako da nam sad će vam se dopasti. Ovdje smo sa razlogom da otvorimo krunu jedne naše saradnje koja traje 5 godina, a to je izložba Arheologija Balkana u fokusu. I naše drage prijatelji iz Austrije više ne smatramo, kako kažem, gostima, smatramo ih kolegama i oni su tu sa nama mesec, dva, znači sarađujemo sa njima i tu saradnju širimo i kažem kao rezultat i kruna te dosadašnje saradnje, ali njihovog rada na prostoru Balkana, priređena je ova izložba koja govori o njihovom radu, ali kažem i konkretno o radu na arheološkom lokalitetu Svinjarička čuka u opštini Lebane. Pa bi zato reč dao Barbari Horejšo, naučnom saradniku Arheološkog instituta u Austriji, da nešto više kaže.
Okay. I have prepared a little speech in English and Serbian, so please forgive me my mistakes.
Just because I will translate just to...
Well, I do. Vaša ekscelencijo, gospodine Ambasadore Ebnera, poštovani direktore gospodine Dimitričevu, poštovani kolektive Narodnog muzeja u Leskovcu, dragi gosti. It's my great pleasure to open here together with you the Balkan Archaeology in Focus exhibition in Leskovac today. This touring poster exhibition represents the results of the Visualizing the Unknown Balkans project funded by the Austrian Academy of Sciences, the Austrian Science Fund, and it's additionally supported by the cultural section of the Federal Ministry for European and International Affairs. So let me express my sincere thanks to all these institutions. And now my own translation. Veliko mi je zadovoljstvo da baš danas u Leskovcu otvorim izložbu Arheologija Balkana u fokusu. Ova putujuća posta izložba predstavlja rezultate projekta vizualizacija nepoznatog Balkana, koje je financiran od strane Austrijske akademije nauka i Austrijskog naučnog fonda, a podržana je od strane Odeljenja za kulturu Federalnog ministarstva evropskih i međunarodnih poslova. Koristim ovu priliku da se zahvalim svim pomenutim institucijama. I hope this is so far correct. A few words in English again, if you allow. This exhibition aims the illustration of several ongoing research projects of our Austrian Archaeological Institute on the Balkans, and it's including the manifold and complex scientific and interdisciplinary results. We have combined new archaeological data from around 5,000 years of human history into a bigger narrative to be presented in several ways to the broader public. Cilj ove izložbe jeste da ilustruje trenutne istraživačke projekte Austrijskog arheološkog instituta koje se realizuju na teritoriji Balkana, kao i višestruke i kompleksne naučne i interdisciplinarne rezultate tih projekata. Izložba predstavlja nove arheološke podatke o oko 5000 godina ljudske prošlosti i smješta ih u jedan širi narativ, kako bi se na što pristupačniji način predstavljio široj javnosti. And new insights of human history from the first farmers in the Neolithic period around 8,000 years ago, to Copper Age communities in the Morava Valley, to Bronze Age societies in Serbia and Bosnia and Herzegovina are in focus of this exhibition. U glavnom fokusu izložbe jeste jedan potpuno novi uvid u ljudsko prošlost, počev od prvih poljoprivrednika tokom neolita, odnosno perioda od pre oko 8.000 godina, preko zadnjecica na zajednica bakarnog doba u dolini Morave i zajednica brozanog doba u Srbiji i Bosni i Hercegovini. A multilingual booklet accompanies the exhibition, and I'm glad to offer the director, Nebosia, a bunch of these booklets, which are somewhere around here, as my present to the museum. Perhaps they will be available in the museum store in the future. Izložba je praćena višejezičnim katalogom i zadovoljstvo mi je da katalog poklonim muzeju na čelu sa gospodinom Nebosijom. U nadi da će katalog ove izložbe biti dostupan u muzejskoj suvenirči kiosk. This booklet includes the central takeaway messages and summarizes our short movie, which will be presented as a kick-off opener in a few minutes. The movie is open access and free available via our Academy's YouTube channel. Katalog predstavlja srž naše poruke i našeg kratkometražnog filma koji će biti prikazan kroz nekoliko minuta. Film je dostupan preko YouTube kanala Austrijske Akademije nauka. The exhibition was already presented in Belgrade, in Sarajevo and Vienna, and will continue its touring in the future. A new highlight, not presented in any of these capitals, is the exhibition of new finds of our excavations in Svinarička Čuka, shown to the public for the first time. Izložba je već obišla Beograd, Sarajevo i Beč, pa će tako i nakon Leskovaca nastaviti svoju turneju. Ono što nije prikazano na prethodnim izložbama jesu novi nalazi sa naših istraživanja na lokalitetu Svinarička Čuka, koje su ovom prilikom prvi put prikazani javnosti. Our excavations there are a fantastic example for a fruitful collaboration between the Austrian Academy of Sciences, the Archaeological Institute in Belgrade, and the National Museum of Leskovac. We have detected the earliest evidence of farmers in the southern Morava Valley and continue excavating remains of these very early communities from around 8,000 to 7,500 years ago. Pomenuta istraživanja predstavljaju fantastičan primer plodonosne saradnje između Austrijske akademije nauka, Arheološkog instituta u Beogradu i Narodnog muzeja u Leskovcu. Zahvaljujući takvoj saradnji došli smo do podataka o najranijem naseljavanju ovih prostora, pre oko 8 do 7,5 hiljada godina. The exhibited objects and artifacts show some aspects of human life in the crucial period of the early Neolithic. You will see different tools, partially made in exotic raw materials, decorated ceramic vessels, pendants, ornaments, and the most exciting imagery and art. The results from our research demonstrate the key role of the region in understanding the beginnings of sedentary lifestyle, the establishment of villages, and the first introduction of farming for European deep history. Izloženi predmeti predstavljaju pojedine aspekte ljudskog života tokom perioda koji je bio presudan tokom razvoja ljudskih zajednica u ranom neolitu. Imat ćete priliku da vidite različite alatke, od kojih su neke izrađene od nelokalnih materijala, ukrašene keramičke posude, priveske, nakit i pojedine primjerke onovremene umetnosti. Rezultati naših istraživanja ukazuju na presudnu ulogu ove oblasti u procesu začetaka sedentarnog načina života, formiranja stalnih naselja i širenja poljoprivrede kroz Evropu. Let me conclude with expressing my thanks for our productive collaboration with the Archaeological Institute in Belgrade and the Leskovac Museum, and in particular with Vladimir Stefanovic. Dozvolite mi da se na kraju još jednom zahvalim na saradnji kolegom iz Arheološkog instituta u Beogradu i Narodnog muzeja u Leskovcu, dok posebnu zahvalnost dugujemo našem kolegi Vladimiru Stefanoviću. Balkan archaeology offers limitless sources of archaeological cultures and archives for basic developments in human history, which you can barely find in this density in any other European region. Arheologija na Balkanu nudi nepresušan izvor podataka o razvoju ljudske prošlosti, koju retko gde u okviru Evrope možete pronaći. And the good news at the end are, there is still a lot to do and to discover for future generations of archaeologists. Za kraj, dobre vesti su to što još uvek ostaje bez malo stvari za buduće generacije arheologa da otkriju. Hvala vam.
Dear Mr. Ebner, the Mayor, Dr. Horeš, thank you for coming to the National Museum of Leskovac for the opening of the exhibition Archaeology of Balkan in Focus, and thank you for your time. Zahvaljujem se gospodinu ambasadoru Ebneru, dragom gradonačelniku i doktorki Barbari Horeš na tome što su izdvojili vreme da dođu na otvaranje ove izložbe, gde imamo prilike da prvi put do sada vidimo predmete iz svinjaričke čuke izložene širokoj javnosti. Do sada, od 2018. godine, vrši se iskopavanje na ovom lokalitetu i nismo imali prilike da ih predstavimo široj publici, sem na samim istraživanjima i preko novinarskog objektiva. Ono što je interesantno, što je specifično baš za ovu izložbu u Leskovcu, je upravo ta privremena postavka od nekih 60-ak najinteresantnijih predmeta i artefakata koji su vama predstavljeni i koji upravo, kao što je rekla koleginica Barbara, predstavljaju neke specifične delove života jednog neolitskog čoveka. Sam lokalitet Svinjarička čuka je jedan od najznačajnijih preistorijskih lokaliteta definitivno u Leskovačkoj kotlini i on svedoči o tragovima naseljavanja od nekih 6000 godina pa sve do dolaska Rimljana sa nekim razmacima u kontinuitetu. I to je, da kažem, zahvaljujući Austrijskom arheološkom institutu i Institutu arheologije u Beogradu, mi imamo prilike da zajedno sa njima radimo najsavremeniji vid arheoloških istraživanja i da se svi ti predmeti obrade bukvalno u skladu sa svim najsavremenijim tehnologijama i da dobijemo što više informacija možemo vezano za život i za neolitizaciju stanovnika lokaliteta Svinjarička čuka u tom periodu. Tako da imamo 4 vitrine ukupno, tematski su podeljene, imamo predmete koji su jednu celu vitrinu sa ljudskim figurinama, neke su stilizovane, neke su realistične, imamo jednu vitrinu sa zoomorfnim, odnosno životinskim figurinama, predmetima namenjenog kultu, nekim pečatima, predmetima od kosti, od kamena, tako da dobrodošli na izložbu i nadam se da će nas svidjeti.
Dear Mayor, thank you very much for this warm welcome here in Leskovac. Dear Director Dimitrijević, dear Mr. Stefanović, dear Professor Horeš. It's a great pleasure to be in Leskovac. It's my first time on this beautiful occasion.
Veliko mi je zadovoljstvo da budemo u Leskovcu, naročito na ovu lepu prigodu.
The cooperation between the Austrian Archaeological Institute and its partners in Serbia, the National Museum Leskovac, the Archaeological Institute Belgrade, and the Museum of Mining and Metallurgy Bor is an example of scientific and interdisciplinary excellence.
Saradnja između Austrijskog arheološkog instituta i partnera u Srbiji, Narodnog muzeja u Leskovcu, Arheološkog instituta u Beogradu i Muzeja rudarstva u Boru služi kao primer naučne i interdisciplinarne izvrsnosti.
The results of this cooperation will shed new light on the Balkans and Europe in the Neolithic and Bronze Age.
Rezultati ove saradnje bacit će novo svetlo na Balkan i na Evropu i na neolitsko i bronzano doba u Evropi.
The Austrian embassy has always supported this outstanding Serbian-Austrian scientific network and will continue to do so in the future.
Austrijska ambasada od uvek je podržavala ovu sjajnu naučnu saradnju Srbije i Austrije i podržavat će i u budućnosti.
But this project is more than that. It is a model for bilateral and regional scientific cooperation.
Ovaj projekat je mnogo više, to je šansa za bilateralnu i regionalnu saradnju.
With institutions from Austria, Serbia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, as well as many international experts.
U učestvuju institucije iz Austrije, Srbije, Bosne i Hercegovine, kao i mnogi internacionalni eksperti radeći zajedno i dajući rezultate.
It is also a model for communicating archaeology and for a better understanding of past and current challenges such as climate change and migration.
Ovo je isto i model u arheološkoj komunikaciji za bolje razumevanje prošlosti i za buduće izazove kao što su klimatske promjene i migracije.
We all, now more than ever, need a solid scientific basis to understand the world and its changes.
Sada više nego ikada potrebna nam je jasna naučna baza da shvatimo svet i njegove promjene više nego ikada.
I'm therefore delighted that this outstanding exhibition, which was first presented in Vienna in October last year and then shown in the National Museum of Serbia, now is shown in the National Museum of Leskovac.
I zato sam veoma srećan što ova sjajna izložba koja je bila prvo izložena u Beču u oktobru prošle godine, a zatim i u Narodnom muzeju u Srbiji u Beogradu, sada gostuje u Narodnom muzeju u Leskovcu.
I hope it will be seen by many visitors.
Nadam se da će posetiti mnogi posetioci.
I'm also happy to hear that the excavations in Serbia are ongoing, with many yet unpublished results to come.
Drago mi je da čujem da istraživanje i dalje traju i da ima dosta nepublikovanog materijala koji treba da se istraži, da se prikaže.
And I hope that there will be the topic for future exhibitions and presentations.
I nadam se će to biti tema budućih prezentacija i izložbi.
Thank you for your attention and enjoy the exhibition.
Hvala na prisustvu i uživajte. We will just show you now what... Možete pogledati samo vidimo šta ste izložili.
So in this exhibition, you can see the parts of the country. Main part of the future. And these are the stamps for pottery, čapi specifične za ukrašavanje krajina. Some of them are realistic with special owl-like faces kao malik suci. This one is the complete one with the expression of the gluteus part, which is the symbol of fertility. This is why it's important to consider the taste of the collages. Very good. So this one are typical structural figurines. It is like in a chess and then the legs are going. And we have two more. It's very old, 8,000-year-old spoon. This is an anthropomorphic citric figurine made from bones, and this is also a bone spatula. It's called the labret or labreta. Otherwise, this is the oldest known piercing. This is used for the mouth.
Don't tell my daughter. I hope the spoons are bigger now.
A little bit. And we can see the reconstructed vessel or a bowl with ornaments, the specific type of ornaments, which is one of the seals that we have there. And this is painted pottery, which is very beautiful, and it is like this period, 8,000 years old, Američka čuka from all other regions in the Rana Mountain, where is the Američka čuka. This one here, the flint knives called kamień nożyce. These are very important for the industry, for animal This one are the flint cores, which are flint is made from. This is a half fabricate. This is unfinished stone objects. So this is how they used to do it. And this one is a chisel stone. The 54 is a chisel stone. It is done for
Question. This location or teenagers in cooperation with Vinci, which is the older one?
This is the older. This is the old ancestor of Vinci. Vinci comes 1,000 years after.
Welcome to our exhibition. It's a new one from 2015, and what makes this exhibition special is this tactile exhibition. We're open for the blind people, so we have guides in Braille. Here you can touch. Yeah, this is the replicas, and it's a permanent tactile exhibition in our museum, the only one in Serbia that we have around 30 artifacts from prehistoric up to the modern times, like from the Vada story, Neolithic up to the Turkish rule. And also what we have here, just for the wide, public, the people, this organization of blind people coming to Leskovcu, visiting our museum, exactly for this purpose, like we have this permanently, staying and showing. This is hill beside. If you imagine it like a cake, you cut it in two, you get the layers. Every time when you climb on this hill, you're standing on the 8,500 years. So it's all from the Neolithic times up to the modern times. Neolithic, Metal Age, Roman Age, Byzantine Age, Middle Age, Serbs, Turks. Austrians ruled the Hisar for a couple of months and they come to the Leskovcu in 1689. After that it fell back to the Turks. And First, Second World War, NATO bombing, everything is located in that hill because there is a military installation. We didn't do this at our own, but only in the consultation with this organization. Like technology.
Yeah. Bronze Age objects last longer.
That's for sure.
So you see, you can Hisar Rome, a historic what is located here. It's said here in the sign language. You have Cairo running down and showing people. So we are open to all our visitors. This year we hope to get the platform that will get them to the upper floors of the museum.
That's good.
Great for this, because I want to see that.
And just one second.
History and culture.
Yeah.
18 Roman emperors were born in Serbia. Every fifth Roman emperor was born in present-day Serbia. The last one here was also 30 kilometers from here, and he left the city, the Serbian conquest. He built a completely new city. It lasted only 8 years. It was deserted. It was covered with the dust, with the soil, and now an excavated hole. And it's a very important city. It has 15 basilicas and churches. It was the place of homage, for Justinian. Very, very important archaeological site in Europe, not just in Serbia. Justinian, you will get a book about that anyway.
Two days to speak.
Yes, exactly. For the barbecue.
Please. Please come here. Yes. Please.
This is the part of the history from the revolution of the Turkish.
Between First and Second World War. It is this year is gold time of Leskovcu.
The second richest city in Serbia.
Here you can see from the liberation of the first up to the Second World War, when we are famous for the textile, we are called Manchester of Serbia. This is one city room, rural room, you know, we got these very nice doors, you know, and these are crafts. The Leskovac in 1850 was the second biggest city in Serbia, most popular city in Serbia, and the city with the most crafts. We have here exhibited 5. Gold jewelry maker, tailor, slipper maker, comb maker.
What is it?
Shoes. We are even at the Ethnographic Museum in Norway. They don't have these complete workshops. Luckily we have 10. We exhibit 5, and later we will again exhibit 5 more different ones. So to change a little bit. This is the story. This is the story of Leskovac. Is summarized in one sentence. We, the people of Leskovac, sit on a small chair but stare at the vast sky. Because those first industrials, they came from the Turkish period. They were illiterate, they were poor, they were often all orphans, but they were like the foundations of these big factories that will come to be. The same next generation, their sons, they went to school in Vienna, Austro-Hungarian Empire, in Aachen, Germany, Bonn, Paris. So the very next generation are very literate, are very helpful.
We made a film about Leskovac last year on RTS.
The most famous product of Leskovac in the beginning was the braid. It was used to make these folkish costumes. And the oldest textile school on Balkan Peninsula was open in Leskovac, and it's still working. This is This is how Leskovac looked like. They told a lot of Germans.
Was it their military site?
No, they think that it's Germany here, but it's not true. In Leskovac is Bulgarian people.
And this is what the mayor spoke of. This is the hydropower plant in Vučin. It was opened in 1903. It's the second oldest in Serbia, but it's still running with the same turbines from the 1903. So it's the second oldest in the world, running with the original turbines.
I said about that in my office.
Now they are celebrating 120 years. This is Leskovac municipality. This is our new church, and this was the biggest and the most beautiful Turkish castle in Serbia. But unfortunately, it was destroyed after the liberation of the Turks. And by the numbers of chimneys, you can say how one is rich. The more chimneys, the richer is here, because the more rooms he's hitting. Like today,
now it's like this.
It's still standing. It was undamaged in the bombing. All area around it was destroyed, but it went
there for the open church opening.
This is the second longest mayor in. He is now the fourth in his fourth mandate. Yeah. He overpowered him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you need some more.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm not sure, but if you said thank you.
No, we are expecting your suit with all these medals, to show. But he's the second who spent the most years as a mayor of Leskovac. He built the hospital, roads, and still standing actually the monopole. So
the best mayor of Belgrade is from Leskovac, from Vlastnice. He make zoo, he make airport, he make bridge,
fair, that great fair.
Please, you can make a picture here. Thank you.
You can see how the flows change. The thing is, we had a lot of problems finding artifacts from this exhibition, because after the Second World War, the people destroying anything that has any relation with monarchies, they were shooting people, for having like some card in your possession that say I'm some monarchist club. So this is from the Turkish beginning of the 20th century, around the First World War, and 1930s. This was bought in Paris. This is reconstructed one of the tavernas in Leskovac. In 1931, Leskovac had 101 tavernas.
Like in Vienna.
Like this. You can see.
This is original from tavernas, beer tupper and everything.
Like this.
This is for the kids. We have like a stage, because all bigger tavernas in Leskovac have stages for like cinemas, theater production, and everything. And this is the most
the biggest barbecue in the world.
This is the most famous barbecue maker in Serbia.
Yes.
This is called the Dragi, the barrel. They called him the barrel because his grandfather drank 40 liters of beer in a barrel. So,
Very interesting.
we go down to see the movie now. We will renovate this part. We're going to see the movie.
But I think next time.
Thank you.
And with the Ambassador, if we have time to 5 minutes to go to his office, take it. Now,
Thank you. I have a present for you. This is the book together for the accompanying the exhibition, and it's my pleasure to work with. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please.
We are